Topical issues. Descendants of Kindu of Uganda, Omugusi and Omulogori, sons of Andimi, pathways at Kabianga. This is an interesting story. It talks about the migration of the Western Kenyan Bantus. Yes, Bantus. Bantu were a group of people who, when they are calling a person, they refer to him as Omuntu, Muntu. So because of that commonality in their mentioning and many words that they use, because they had the same root, they were called Bantus. The Western Bantus all have an interesting story. The forefathers used to say they came from a place called the Misiri. And I will talk about two Bantu groups in Western Kenya. History is interesting. It takes us back to places we never imagined. The Western Bantu migrations. The word Bantu is used to refer to a person in the Bantu language. These people supposedly came from Misri or Egypt or the land of the black man Kemet. But in history, we were taught they migrated from the Cameroon region. So the story has it that they came from Kemet, went through the Nile region where the Nilotes were, crossed the Nile area, and entered from western Uganda, where the Bantu came to set up his kingdom. In the Western Kenya migration, Andimi, a descendant of Kintu, a great descendant of Kintu, entered from Western Kenya near Nyanza, or Inyanza in Luya language, or lake. So Nyanza means Inyanza in Luya, which is a word for lake. He had two sons. This is Andimi. Mulogori, who are the Maragoli, the son of his wife Mwanzu. So Mwanzu is the mother of the Maragolis, but the father is Andimi. And Gusi, Anyode or Nyode, son of his wife Diegu. That is where the Abagusi originated. So they are sons of Andimi by different mothers. Abanyore are also closer to the Kisii than the Maragoli because of the mother sharing. It is the mothers of the Abanyore who is also the mother of the Abagusi. But the mother of the Murogori is Mwanzu. So these are two sons, stepsons of Andimi. There was a lot of pressure when they had passed the lake. The Kipsigis were coming and they were fierce. And the Luos a very fierce tribe, the River Nilotes, and the others are the Highland Nilotes, were coming from both sides. So when they reached Kabianga, similarly to what happened in the Bible, where Abraham and the stepson Lot parted, the two brothers parted. One went to Maragoli land, Western Kenya, where they are now, and another one, due to pressure and the hills that were fertile, he stopped their migration internally and settled in Gusii Highlands. That became the Omugusi, and the one who remained there became Omulogori. So there is Omulogori and Omugusi, sons of Andimi by different mothers. And then Omugusi and the Anyore and these others from the same mother. Other tribes, sub-tribes of the Luhya also came from this. The Wanga, who had come from there, they came a bit later from the same descendants of Kindu, came after the Kindu kingdom and whatever has happened that had been ruled by several Kabakas, and they came with that kind of system and kingdom and established the Wanga kingdom, which spread from Entebbe to Naivasha. That was how far the Wanga kingdom went. But the remaining of Uganda was under the Baganda kingdom, the biggest Bantu kingdom in East Africa that time. The Wanga kingdom originated from the Baganda kingdom. So all these, the Bantus in Western Kenya and those descendants of Kindu in Buganda have the same descendants. They are children of Kindu. It was very interesting tracking back the descendants of Western Kenyan Bantu. Same lineage with the Baganda. Same. Great grandparent, Kindu. They are children of Kindu. What surprised me most, because there was a time when a former workmate who is deceased, called Omar, tried to tell me this story, that the Omugusi and Mulogori, who were sons of Andimi, and the Omugusi was very assertive. When they reached Kabianga, the other one saw the Kipsigis and the Luos, he retreated. But the Omugusi went to the highlands. They could not penetrate with the migration. So Omugusi, Omulogori, Anyore are children of Andimi, who is a descendant, a great descendant of Kindu. After I went through, now I concur with that deceased former workmate, because we were working in the same institution in Nakuru, called Omari. Because to me, he just used to talk of Kabianga. I did not follow that when Omugusi and Omulogori, and that's why the Gusi and the Balogori, when they speak, they can be able to understand almost 3/4 of each other's language. They don't need much interpretation because they are sons of Andimi. When Omari, who is Omugusi, used to tell me that the two brothers reached Kabianga and they parted. And Omugusi wanted to go on, and Murogori said, it's up to you. And everybody parted, and that's where they parted. Murogori settled there, and it was that area, and Omugusi went to the Kisi Islands. I wanted to see if it was true. I have gone through and I've realized what he told me was the truth, because history ascertains so. It's interesting that the Western Bantus have their origin with the Ugandan Bantus, the Baganda Kingdom, Kintu. That is just what I wanted to pass across. It surprised me. But the greatest surprise to me was that Omurogori and Omugusi were brothers of the same father and him. It's interesting. I think I've learned a lot about the Western Bantus out of this research. That's my take for now.